politics. If dirty people will go to politics, who will run our school? I mean our country, right? So we have to prepare our kids. And leadership need not necessarily mean you are running the country. We all are leaders. Even homemakers are leaders in a way, because every time you are taking one decision or the other. Morning breakfast, what you make is also a decision, and you lead from front. Because one kid wants something, second one, and the elder kid, that is the father, wants something else. Isn't it? Okay. So you have many kids and everybody demanding, and they're the decision making, and you manage the conflict and you resolve those conflicts in the morning itself. There the leadership role begins, right? And similarly, we want our children to become leaders and lead from front. Mission is to make the students mentally developed, socially adjusted, emotionally balanced, and spiritually divine. This is physically fit, mentally alert, emotionally balanced. You all would agree these days, those who are working with the corporate sectors or even any other sectors, when you go out these days, and those especially who are employers, you all know who are into the HR team. Any HR team members here who are into HR? Yeah. So we know that you look less for IQ and more for EQ into employees. Isn't it? We look more for EQ rather than IQ. IQ could be very high, but if EQ is not good, the organization would go for a toss. I'll take another session on EQ and IQ, not now, but that's how we want our children, that they should have emotionally balanced. Emotional quotient should be very high. Who are the balancing factors? Who are the team players? India lacks. India is not still the developing and not developed because we lack team spirit. The aim of the school, the curriculum of Bahrain Indian School is based on a clear set of aims which reflects the institution's educational philosophy to develop self-awareness, a positive self-image. This is very important, the self-esteem of a child. Again, I can take one more session on self-esteem itself for maybe 3 hours or so, or even for the whole day, because it is the self-esteem of the child which we keep on. Sometimes we underestimate our kids. No, you cannot do that. But trust me, children are much more than what we expect. But we do not know how to channelize those energies, and we have now technological mechanisms at our disposal that please play with, but don't eat my head. Take this iPad, but don't eat my head, isn't it? Let me do my work, let me either complete my project of the office, or let me cook my dal, and you just get lost from here, right? Children are energetic. We do not have sufficient channelizing their energies. We do not have those kind of mechanisms, or if we have the mechanism, we do not have the energy, and if we have the energy, we do not have time. The most scarcity of the commodity scarcity is time. How many of you agree? We don't have time. Although in Gulf you might have Bahrain.
Here you still have, but then India you don't.
Yeah, Bahrain though still is a very liberal country, and it allows you a lot of time. So I always say that instead of presents, give presents to your children. Give your presents, not presents. We bribe them that because I could not give you that time, this is the Cadbury. You come, you have promised your child that today we'll go for say some outing, and because the boss and you got stuck up, and so evening you get a big Cadbury that okay, I could not come. How many of you do that at one point of the time, or you have done? Please raise your hand. Nobody has done. Everyone always confession. Yes. So try to minimize those bribing, and try to be committed as a parent. I'm no one as a, I'm not telling you that I'm an authority over parenthood. Yeah, of course, I have a daughter who is a dentist, and she's kind of, I hope she's proud of me. And yeah. So that's how I'm saying out of experience. And apart from, she always has this, she says, I don't feel jealous anymore because you have thousands of kids. And they all treat me, so from ma'am to mom's journey, she says you do not know at times, so it's like ma'am, mom, and for me, they're all my kids. And that is why I become more concerned that how they have to grow, and I become a little personalized in instructions when parents do not behave well with the kid. I get, because they are my kids when they come here. So you should be more than happy when I have a lot of instructions for you, and don't take it otherwise. You should be happy that because I feel that commitment, because I feel that involvement, and because I treat them as my kids, I have a lot of things to tell you. So self-image, children should never be underestimated. Self-image is very important, and if you can give the right kind of self-esteem, they would work wonders and confidence would be developed. Sometimes we feel that a KG kid, oh my God, how can I hand over that one BD to him, and how can he go and shop? He might lose the money, but if given the right direction, once or twice, he might lose it also. We have to be ready to risk it. But that is how. Other day I was watching a 2-year-old kid who visited my, 2 years must be, my house. So the the father was so beautifully, so when of course because Atithi Devava, so we prepared tea, and we offered tea. It was a hot cup of tea, and I was a little worried because this kid was there standing at the table, and he said, I want the tea. So they must be in the habit of sharing. So he said, okay, I'll give you. But see, it's hot. I was anxious that if we'll touch, what will happen, and the tea would go, that's okay. If it would be spilled, but child should not be hurt. It was that hot. But the father must have trained the child so well that he said, it's hot, it's hot. He put his finger to the cup, you see it's hot. And he didn't touch. And I was amazed to see that. If this kind of parenting can be done, where the children, we do not underestimate that a 2-year kid will not understand and we overprotect him. So that is the problem. Yeah, next. Mission, of course, is imaginative kid. Self-inquiry. We want our kids to have self-inquiry. Basically, all learning should be self-learning. All motivation should be self-motivation. See, externally you may keep motivating the child, but to an extent, this is a very typical age group. For last 25 years, I have been into this field of education. And this parent group is the most typical one, anxious parents. Maybe it is the first kid, first time, so you have separation anxiety. And sometimes you have to counsel the parent because the child is happy, the parent is anxious. So, my child is going to the school, what will happen? Fork, he knows, he should not put the fork in. Give a fork which it should not hurt him. Why? There are certain things. Last year we had a parent, no, but how will the fork be placed? And if he will be eating with the fork, and if he would get hurt, give a plastic fork. And still there are teachers, and a little bit hurt is here and there. These days, with the nuclear families, with the breaking down of joint families, parents have become overprotective, and with single child, it becomes all the more. But in the process, you are ruining the growth and development of the child. Do you all agree to that or not? Child can be independent, and at times he might fall down. Of course, we give all the safety measures. We don't say that allow them to fall. But if once in a while, don't be so anxious. It's okay. Have you not fallen? Yes, if you remember your childhood, your knees must always be injured all the time, bruised. I don't think so. My childhood has ever gone without my bruising. Both the knees would always be either some or then I never bothered even put a band-aid over there. It would be fine. If a day then the knees is not bruised, we are, is it okay like that? That's how. So when we grew up like that, why can't our children grow like that? You fight for little things. See, I'm telling you. I'm very smartly putting across the point so that you need not come in future to fight. These are our tactics. The bus transport, if my house is here and the child, the child has to come from, the bus stop is here, because there are 3 kids coming from this building and mine. No, ego issue. Why should my child walk down this? 3 gets the bus here and my child should also be picked up from here only. 100 meter, why should the bus stop? Can we all not be together and board the bus? But there's ego now. If those three, and no, my child in the hot sun or this or that or what, a lot of things are there. At least in my days, I don't know about your generation because there could be a generation gap between us also. But many of you must have tried by bus to school. Not private buses also maybe. I have traveled in ST bus. I have never been to KG for a, I don't know, I take KG parents workshops and I talk to KG kids and I started my career as a KG teacher, but I have never done my KG. Because in those days it would be like all rolled into one. So we were at home and I went straight to grade 1 to school. But that doesn't make me any less knowing about what happens in KG curriculum or what kind of... So this is all, okay, fine. We have the system and we are evolving, but we should not forget our traditional values, that it is the self-establishment, the struggle which a child will do and he will further develop. You all must have heard the story of the butterfly, that caterpillar, that this child was an amateur, and as an amateur he had this habit of raising the butterflies. So there's a struggle, the caterpillar turning into butterfly, it goes into the cocoon and and there's a lot of, so he was watching. And he felt that too, because now the caterpillars became so close to his heart because there was this hobby of rain. And he sees that the caterpillar had really tough time breaking out of the cocoon, and it was a lot of struggle. So out of mistaken kindness, he splits with his thumb the cocoon for the butterfly so that he can escape. And the caterpillar was never able to use its wings ever. Because when you break out of the cocoon, that is the strength which the butterfly gets into flying. So please remember this, that if you want a child to fly, let it have the struggle. What happens is at times you feel that what struggle I have done, I don't want my child to do it. And you fall into, is this working or is it not? Without that, otherwise I should not hold it if it's working without that. So, what has worked in your case? What we do is, we live our dreams to our children. I could not become an engineer, I could not become a doctor, so my child has to become. So, when the child is born, a stamp of doctor or an engineer is already on him, that what he has to become. He doesn't have to decide, good for him. Now, self-establishment, you have already deprived him. So, that is what our philosophy is, that child should finally, all our education should lead to self-inquiry. All our, I have 10 more minutes for you. Okay. So, that is what our education is about. Attitudes, values. We don't say that if you touch the feet only you are well behaved, and if you don't touch the feet you are not well behaved. But then certain times our Indian customs have always been so nice that you say namaste. That I bow down to the God in you. The God within me bows down to the God which resides in you. So we say namaste. What's the harm? But now we say good morning, hi. Okay, that's also fine. As long as you wish each other, that's fine. But we do not know how this good morning came up, because in States or in United Kingdom, morning hardly used to be beautiful, pleasant. So when it's good morning. Because it's not sunny, it's cloudy, it's gloomy. So, and that's how the terms good evening and good morning came. That's okay, fine, as long as we wish each other. But there's no harm if we teach our children, because it is basically the ego which has to be crushed down. We are not, there's a thin line between self-respect and ego. So when life ahead will not be that easy for a child, you might want to protect your child, and up to 5 you can shower all your love and affection. No problem. After that, you have to start disciplining till the age of 12 and 16, and then be a friend. That's what Chanakya Niti says. So anyway, I'll not delve much into it, but someday. Now, what happens to our education system? You can look at me, I'll tell you. Yeah, that's also a beautiful one. But what happens to our education system, and especially the Indian curriculum? Now a lot of changes have come in Indian curriculum, but we are not aware about it. CBSE has brought in CCE, Continuous Comprehensive Evaluation. We do not know about it. There are many of you, you're not that aware because they have metamorphosized the system. They have brought in a lot of changes that learning has to be interactive. So what happens is that when we ask a fish to climb a tree, it will get B grade. Similarly, if we ask a lion to swim, it will again fail miserably. So our education pattern should not be that one cap fitting all. It cannot be there. Some could be musicians, some could be dancers, some could be artists. Some are good with numbers, some are good with literacy, some are good with literature, language, and so on and so forth. So we have to find out, and our education pattern at Barring Indian School is that we cater to, we find out where is the, we observe the kids, and it is an ongoing, continuous observation, and we find out the strengths of the students. And so do not compare your kids with others. We have a self-comparison module into the system. Don't try to know what other kid has got. We are always worried what the neighbor got, neighbor's kid got. And then our whole, we are fine with our swift car unless and until the neighbor gets, another car, a bigger one. Then that's how it happens. We are fine with A grade. The moment A went for the neighbor's kid, and you say, how did you lose that mark? Did I not teach you? These are the problem. So let it not be like that. Kindergarten philosophy. Ma'am, would you like to quickly just tell about it?
Thank you, ma'am. Although the basics, ma'am, has already been briefed you at all our basics. Now let's focus on our kindergarten. Kindergarten philosophy. These are some of the pointers which we are focusing on kindergarten kids' development. One of them is language development. Because as the kid enter in KG1, he is just 3+. And here in Gulf, most of them have been using their native language. So it's very difficult for a